Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Stuff with Kronos and Ken, D&D channel that does everything TT tabletop, whether it be TTRPGs or board games or trading card games. We do it all. I'm Shane, the DM, and today I'm playing Final Girl. It's a one-player kind of horror survival game where you're the final girl in a horror movie type scenario, trying to save people and take out the monsters. So there's 3 seasons of the game out currently, some extra bonus packs. This is from season 1. This is all collector's edition kind of stuff with the play mats and the minis and stuff like that. Normally the boards are all connected to the storage box. I'll show you. So like the Carnival of Blood side is here, and it kind of just goes on like that. It's supposed to be representative of a VHS. The box is stored like a VHS player and subsequent videotapes. So we're going to do a little bit of setup first. I wanted to show some of the setup, but not inundate with all of it. The mat pretty much helps with placement of everything. I think the way it shows, these are reversed, but for you guys to be able to see the board better, I figured like this would be better. So first thing you do is you build the monster board. So either you will have these red figures, meeples, or if you buy the more cast and crew collection packs, you get the minis. So I did that. And my rule of thumb going forward with the minis is going to be, if I win, I paint the minis from that game. If I lose, I don't paint the minis until I win with either that final girl or beat that boss. Gotta give myself something to work for. This one also has the potential for a golf cart to pop up. So instead of using a little token, we got a little golf cart there. But you have multiple item cards in each session. This one has traps. So normally you would shuffle the item cards, deal 4 to each pile, flip over the top, and those are your starting items you can grab. Both traps, you shuffle the deck, you deal out 2 to each pile, throw on a trap card randomly, shuffle them, and then lay the 4th card on top. And then you have a bunch of these terror cards for the monster and for the place. And you shuffle the place and the monster terror cards together, deal out 10 of them. That's your terror deck. And there's events for each scenario. And we'll flip one of those over in a moment. You always start the game with an event flipped. You build the monster. They have top and bottom cards. You shuffle the tops together, discard randomly 1 face down. Same with the bottoms. And then this monster starts with 8 health, as you can kind of see there. So you put this token you can barely see at the bottom. Let me see if I can't get it in there. Token you can see at the bottom there is its last health point. If we take that out, we flip it over, and there's a chance for it to regain some energy. The same goes for our final girl. She's got 1 up there as well. And you build hers. Her health is 7. Build her health the same way. You have your action dice. This little ski mask here with the number 4, that is where you are on the monster board to tell you how many dice you roll. So at 4, I can roll 2. At 1, I can roll 3. And at 7, I can only roll 1. And then this outside ring is a time tracker, and that's just to track 1, how much time you have to reach 0, the action phase is over, and then also it's used to purchase more cards for your hand in subsequent rounds. So we're going to kind of get into the setup, and then we'll just play it. This is my first time playing it, so I'm real excited to get into it. So we shuffled the setup cards and dealt 1 face down. and then see if I can't get it to. So that's how I have to set it up. The yellow symbol being me, the red symbol being the monster, and these numbers randomly is how many victims I get to try to save. So we got 4 in this top corner. We've got 2 here. We've got 2 here, 1 here, and 3 here. Easiest of peasies. And then Geppetto, like I said, if you don't have the minis for Final Girl, you have the meeples. I just like the minis. Like I said, if I beat this level, we'll paint the minis on another live. And then the Final Girl. The Final Girl I picked was Charlie. You can pick any Final Girl out of any set to play in any scenario. This one comes with Charlie, and I can't remember the other one's name. She had the most health, so I figured that was encouraging. So we'll just do that. Just like so. And then we have to flip our event card, which will determine kind of it's run. I'll hold them off. The victim closest to you is your fiance. If an enemy would move into your space while the fiance is there, instead kill the fiance and the enemy stays where they are. If your fiance is killed by a trap, lose or gain 5 or lose 5 of this stuff. No, gain 5 of that. So if my fiance dies, I would get the opportunity to roll more dice. You start out with a hand of cards. So you got a couple walks, a couple short rests, a couple focus, and a weak attack. And we'll go into what they do when we use them. So the first phase is the action phase where we play the cards in our hand. And I kind of want to get as far away from Geppetto as possible. So I'm going to play walk. And depending on what the dice say is what we can do. So we get to roll 2 dice because of this. We got 1 star and nothing. So I can move 1 space. So I'll move in the space with my fiance, which means I can bring him with me. And then walk gets discarded. And then I lose 1 time. Because I rolled a 1. Or 1 star. So we are now here. We do need to go save people and maybe get things. Things to Astonish has the energy drink, which will let me gain 3 time. So I'm going to try walking there. Oh, I don't have any search cards yet. Let's try to get some time so we can buy some cards. So we'll roll 2 dice. And we got 1 star, which means I gain 1 of those, but I lose a time. So I was focused. I rolled 1 star, so we went up on the horror track, but we lost some time with that. And we're going to try it again with the focus to see what we can do. Damn it. So we did that, but we also lost another time. Let's see. So I've only got walk, short rest, and weak attack left in my hand. So I'm not necessarily wanting to play my own hand because I won't be able to buy these in the next phase. His movement is only 1 currently, so he could get adjacent to me, but potentially couldn't get to me. So I think we're going to hold off, me and my fiance, there and end the action phase. And we go to the planning phase where I get to purchase some action cards. I've got 3 points. After any horror roll, re-roll any 1 die or re-roll all die for 2 times. So I'm going to buy Close Call. That allows me to re-roll those dice. Put that in my hand. And then I'm also, so that was 1. And then I'm going to buy a Search. So I want that energy drink to gain more time on a round. And that's 2. And then we can re-put these 0-cost action cards, or we put all action cards in the discard pile to the tableau. These are all 0-cost cards, so those will go there. We can buy those in any subsequent round, no matter how much time we have left, which is pretty awesome. Then we go to the killer phase. We resolve the killer action. So he spawns one puppet, and when puppets are spawned, it's in his space. Then puppets will target the closest person. He targets the closest meeple. So what I'm reading is on this card here. These are their actions. So first thing he does, you do everything in order, is spawn a puppet. Then he moves. Or then he targets, and the target is the victims, and then he can move. And movement's based on where I am on this tracker here. So since I'm down here, I have 1 movement and deal 1 damage. So he spawns his puppet. He moves here. And then he rolls his 1 attack die. And it went off screen. But it landed on a 3, so it was a miss. And that's for me later. If I roll that, I can discard 2 cards from my hand to add to my roll. So you missed the attack. No one died there. And then now Geppetto moves. Geppetto targets either or, whoever's closest, and technically they are closest. He's going to roll his attack, which was a 2. So his attack failed. Before I do anything, let me make sure I did attacking correct. It looks like they just deal damage. So both of these would then be dead, and they go to the dead victims. And then Bloodlust goes up for each victim killed. So we lost 2 victims already. That's pretty awesome. And then save some victims, because I got to save victims to unlock my super ability on my character. So we're going to go ahead and flip their terror card, which is the next step. It burns, it burns. Place the acid trap token in your space. Immediately apply the trap's effects. You and any victims in your space. You lose 1 life. So my fiance dies. If your fiance is killed by a trap, 5. Ooh. So this is good. So fiance was killed by a trap. I take 1 health damage. Fiance is dead. And we discard this card. But I gain 5 of this. So 1, 2. So that's supposed to be at 6. So 7. So that's 3, 4, 5. So I'm starting with 10 time next turn. Whew. Actually, we'll start with 8 because it also caused that. But I am still on 1. Okay. So now there's the panic phase. There's victims in the killer's space panic. I'm going to have to get close and personal with this guy. He's going to kill all my victims. I need 6. I need to save 6. Upkick phase. Reveal final finale if no tarot cards left. Rearrange items. Don't have any items to rearrange. But now we are back to the action phase. So first thing I'm going to do is I get to roll 3 die. And I'm going to play my walk card. I'm going to lose 2 time here. I'm going to re-roll. Actually, no. I won't lose any time if I just re-roll 1. Yes. 2 stars. 2 stars means on my walk, I can, for 1 time, move up to 2 spaces. So drop that down to 1. I'm going to move 1, and I'm going to search. Come on. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I can turn that into a star if I get rid of both of these, which I will do. Now remember, I still have my movement. So I'm going to take the energy drink. I can use that for my backpack. And I'm going to move my last space here. Now I'm going to take and spend my energy drink, which it allows me to gain 3 time or move 1 space. I want to get these guys away from Geppetto and move 1 space that way. So then that's the end of my turn. I don't have any cards to play. So I'm going to buy, first of all these 0 cost cards I played my first round back. I'm going to buy a sprint for 2. 1, 2. I'm going to buy a guard for 2. That'll give me some defense. And I'm going to, let's see, I've got sprint, walk. I've got 3 points left. Do distraction or retaliate. Oh, gotta turn this over. It's probably gonna be a trap. Oh, nope. The bull whip. Do I buy another search? Yeah. Buy another search for 2. And then buy another close call for the final 1 point I had. So I can re-roll some dice. So that goes down to 0. I then reset the timer to 6. And I return all these cards to their spots. Short rest. Nope. That's 0 cost. 0 cost. 0 cost. 1 cost. 2 cost. Alright. So now it's the killer's phase. He spawns another puppet, which is not great for me. Puppets go first. They move to the closest enemy. They both will move in here and each kill a victim. It's not great. Now he can move 2 spaces. He moves and he kills a victim. 1, 2, 3. Because I can't go through here because it's got a acid trap on it now. 1, 1, 2, 3. I gotta get 4 spaces. Oh shit! And his dark power already triggers. If all the puppets are on the board, Geppetto cannot be killed. Any damage that remove his final health token is ignored. Son of a gun already. These puppets make it move quick. Now we draw a tarot card. They're coming from everywhere. Roll a die. If the result is less than the horror level, spawn the remaining puppets regardless of status in Geppetto's space. And now puppets only target me. So I got to roll a die and it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to be higher than a 4. Come on, 5 or 6. It rolled off. I'm going to pull it straight back so people don't think I'm cheating. So it was a 6. So that doesn't happen, which they're going to all be here next turn anyways, and that poor survivor is going to die. Now the panic phase, this victim is going to run away. And I believe they just moved 1 space. Let me double check. Roll a die for the victim and consult the numbers in their space. Oh, yeah. That's where the numbers come from. So it was a 5. So it moves here, which that kind of sucks. That was the panic phase. Go back to the upkeep phase. I don't have anything to rearrange. So now it's my turn, my hand. Obviously, I want to move and groove here. So I'm going to play Sprint. Still get to roll 3 dice. Poop. I'm going to have to discard 2 cards. Let's get rid of Focus, and Search. And that turns this into a star, so I can move at least once, moving the victims with me to here. And that costed me... Oh, I can move up to 2 spaces. Sweet, but still cost me 1 time. There, and we got to the big top. All right. I'm trying to get here to the clown car to get rid of these victims, because I can do some stuff if we do that. All right, so we're going to roll for Focus next to try to get some more time. Ooh, come on. Damn it. Well, I got 1 on the Focus, which means I do that, gain a time, and then lose a time. Oh, man. Love when things come to a wash. Actually, no. So it's still there. I'm going to play this for 2 time. Reroll all the dice. Son of a bitch! So I lost 2 time. Gained 1. Lost 1. So I'm at 3 time. This is going to be a shite turn. Alright. Guess we're going to walk next. Come on. Played walk. Move up to 1 space. That gets me here. That puts me pretty far away from Geppetto and his little puppet pricks. Crap, that has to end my turn. That leaves me with only 3 points. So, of course, I'm going to grab all of these. It costs 0 during the upkeep phase, and I have 3 points. Where am I? The House of Mirrors? Ooh, that's a weapon. I would love to get to the forest over here of horrors, horrors, and get those, but I do not think... Got 3 points. So I want to buy one of these close calls for 1. Have a reroll option. That leaves me with 2 points. Either get another... I don't want another guard. Sprint was useful. Let's grab Sprint. It's kind of have to be my turn, so then these all go back to the tableau. 0, 1, 0, 0. Search and Sprint. This goes back to 6. And it's homeboy Geppetto's turn. He spawns his final puppet. And the first puppet is going to move here, killing this person, raising this, which is not great. The second puppet, they only target me, so what's the quickest way to me? This way. 1, 2. 1, 2. And now Geppetto moves 2, and he targets whichever's closer. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thematically, he'd be coming after me. This is not great. Now there's a terror card. Tarot card says, place Geppetto and each puppet at a green door space, distribute evenly. Now here's why I have to make a choice. Oh, Geppetto and each puppet at a space, distributed evenly. So that means that's distributed evenly. But it says each puppet, so I would assume there'd be 2 there waiting for me. But that's okay, I can still escape them even if there's someone on their spot. But then I get to kill some stuff. And they only have 1 health. So that was their turn. How do I want to do this? because it is panic phase. There's no one to panic. Upkeep phase. I have no items to rearrange. I'm going to walk. It's still roll 3 dice. Oh, no. Get to roll 2 dice now. Walk for 1, which is fine. Because that moves me 1 space. I've got them to the green. No, we're going to retcon that a little bit. I'm going to save that result for the walk. But the whole point was to... Oh, I don't have search. Never mind. Yep. So, we're going to get these 2 to safety. First thing I'm going to do is put 1 here so I can roll 3 dice again. And then the next thing I'm going to do is gain 2 time. Remember, walk cost 1 time, so I'm only going to go 1. I'm going to play weak attack to roll 3 dices again. Now, I definitely want that to be a 2. So I will do close call, short rest to get rid of... No. How about I just re-roll 1 of the dice? And hopefully get it. Yes. Reroll 1 of the dice with close call, and I got 2 on my weak attack, so I get to kill 1 of these homeboys. Exhausted. So he's not going to have 1 to spawn next turn. And then I'm going to try to sprint. How much did that cost me? Nothing. Didn't cost me nothing. So then I'm going to sprint. Hopefully, see what we can do. All right, got 2 stars, a 5 and a 6 with my sprint, so I can move 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. I know what you might be thinking here. This forces Geppetto to interact with me versus going after, and none of the minions I don't think will be able to really, well, 1 might. So yeah, that's my turn. I have a guard card in my hand that I'm going to use to potentially protect myself. Oh, that went down by 1, sorry. So now it is the preparation phase. And I am going to have 6 time to buy. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the 0 cost cards back. I'm going to pick up a sprint for 2. I'm going to pick up a search for 2. Even if I don't use it, I'll have it. I get another 2 cost card. Well, I'm probably going to spend guard this turn. Grab another. No, I spend 1 to get the reroll card back. So then I set this back to 6. And I replace all these cards. All right, so then it is the killer phase, resolving the killer action. They are now targeting me. Oh, everything's targeting me. So 1, 2. Closest way to get to me without danger is 1, 2. He's going to move here. He's going to do 2 damage to me. Oh, and they were all more than 2 spaces away from Geppetto, which means they just spend their turn trying to get within 2 spaces, which now they both are. And Geppetto's going to deal 2 damage to me, and I'm going to play my guard card against that. And I get to roll 3 dice still. Come on, 2 stars. Fuck a duck. So I rolled 2 of these symbols, which means I have to discard 2 cards to make it a star. I'm going to have to do that. Discard short rest. I don't need it right now because I'm avoiding damage. And I'll get rid of 1 of my 2 focus cards. So I negated his damage, which is nice, because I've yet to deal any damage to him. So that ends the killer phase. No, that ends their action phase. Now we draw a terror card. It says if there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, we lose 1 of this, which is how many dice we roll. And now they move double movement towards enemies. So we gotta remember that rule. They can move twice towards enemies, which means I've got to get to them here and then get them over here, hopefully this turn. Or at least two of them. Because there's gonna be no people on the board. So now it is my turn. So we're gonna play walk. Roll 2 dice. Oh. And I'm going to go ahead and play this to lose 2 time and re-roll all dice. Which that was good. Just gonna move the 1. And that costs me a time. This next round's gonna hurt a little bit. And then I'm gonna play sprint. 6 and 2. With 1, I can still move 2 spaces. Or I can get rid of both these cards and move 3. That's what I'm going to do, because I can take 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, and I can save 2 victims right now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move here, grab 2 victims. So that's 1, 2, 3. And these 2 victims are saved. Ooh, that might be a way to force them to come to me. So I'm going to place 1 here. That moves me 1 space. So I'm going to go here. There's a trap here, and I'm hoping to force them to move to me. And then the other one's going to put there, and that's going to increase the amount of dice that I can roll. Bad part is I only have 3 time to spend on this next round, so I get all my 0 cards back. And then I'm going to get a close call and a sprint. And go here and here with that. Then we replace the tableau. Search 0, sprint 0, 0, 0, and guard. This is now not exhausted. Puppet moves towards me now. So 1, 2. It dies in the pit. Because that is the closest way that it knows to get to me. And it's a trap. So I would assume, in the theme of the game, they wouldn't necessarily know it's there. And then 1. No, it can't move. It doesn't want to move 2 away from its master, so it'd have to go 1, 2. And then Geppetto would go 1, 2. So neither one of them are there. And I did make a mistake. This guy is not affected by the trap at all. Enemies are not affected by traps, which is dumb. Dumbity dum dum dum. Alright, so now it is my turn, and I'm very, very scared. I can roll 3 dice. Oh, nope. Damn it, I lose one of those. So I can only roll 2 dice again. So let's try to walk over there and save this last one. I can do that. Let's re-roll this one. Very good. Got a 5, so I can move to 1, 2. The reason I re-rolled that is Sprint's smallest. I'll show you. Sprint's smallest amount of movement is 2 with 1 star. So with walk, I can move 2 spaces with 2 stars and lose. What that's supposed to go back to 6, and I only lose 1 time. But now I want to play sprint and hope I get at least 1 star to move 2 spaces. And I did. I got 1 star. So I can move 1, 2, and I can save this victim. And put it that there. I'm not in range to attack anything. I'm going to hang on to my attack real quick. And that ends the play phase. Well, that goes down 1, so I have 4 points to spend on cards this turn. Of course, I'll take all of the 0-cost cards back. Can't have more than 10 cards in your hand. Puts me up to 5. And then I'll grab the other sprint for 2. And then I'll grab... I should probably have a search on how far away am I from any place. They're going to get me this turn. They're going to come at me hard. Guess I'm going to grab a guard. Defend against some damage. Put that back at 6. Couldn't afford to grab another close call to re-roll anything. Sprint and walk. Actually, I have a hand for this round. It's now their turn. They're going to move 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one would have spawned with them here. 1, 2. So now I have everybody right the frick on me. Terror card time. Terror card. They're gaining on me. Roll a die. If the result is less than the horror level, decrease time equal to the horror level. I gotta roll a 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta roll a 5 or a 6. And that was a 2. And then all the puppets move to the final girl. Which means I'm going to take 3 damage. Son of a gun. Alright. So that was their turn. And then I lose 5 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 1, maybe 1 action this turn. So, first thing I'm going to try to do, try to make a focus. I need 2 stars on this one. Alright, close enough. I'm going to get rid of 1. Get rid of 1, and I hate to get rid of that one, but that gets me to roll 3 dice, and I gained how much time? Gained 2 time. So now I can roll 3 dice for this turn. I'm going to focus again. Got 2 stars. So that means I get to do this. I get to gain a time and then gain 2 time. So I'm back up to 6 time. Then I'm going to play short rest. Oof. I have to sacrifice 2 cards to gain a heart and lose a time. Lose a time, gain a heart. Otherwise, I would have lost all my time because I didn't roll anything. So I wasn't able to move. I have no guard. So I have 5 time. I'm going to buy a guard. I'll buy a guard for 2. I'm going to spend 3 by improvise. I'm going to obviously get my 1/0 cost card back. That leaves me with enough to buy the close call and go back up. So that's where we're at now. Next turn, I'll have a lot of cards in my hand, hopefully. I'm still alive. So it is their turn. Puppets go first. Each puppet attacks me for 3. Then Geppetto is going to move into my spot. I have 1 health left. And he's going to attack me, but I'm going to play guard with my 3. Are you shitting me? So I reduce the damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. And my heart token, so what happens is when you get to the end, the heart token flips over. There's a chance for there to be more life there, and you kind of res up and come back from the dead. That did not happen. The final girl died.